The message came on a Tuesday. Admiral Voss of the Galactic Hegemony stood on the bridge of his dreadnought, staring at the blue-green world through the view screen. Earth looked so small, so insignificant, compared to the other jewels in that hegemony's crown. Hundreds of worlds paid tribute to the empire that spanned 3 spiral arms of the galaxy. Earth would be no different. Open communications, Voss commanded, his scaled skin gleaming under the harsh light of the bridge. The message was simple. Earth would provide resources, technology, and 1,000 human workers every solar cycle, or face orbital bombardment. The hegemony had conquered civilizations for 10,000 years. None had successfully resisted. In the United Nations Emergency Council chamber, representatives from every nation gathered to hear the imperial ultimatum. The room buzzed with panic and outrage. "They've positioned 20 warships in high orbit," General Thomas said, his weathered face grim. "Our conventional weapons can't touch them." President Rivera looked around the table. Options. The Russian delegate leaned forward. "We have 3 days to respond. I suggest we appear to comply while preparing a unified defense." Comply. The Japanese representative stood. "We will not send our people as slaves." The room erupted in argument until an older man cleared his throat. All eyes turned to Director Miller of the Advanced Defense Initiative. "There is Project Titan," he said quietly. Silence fell across the chamber. "The Mechs aren't ready," General Thomas objected. "They're as ready as they'll ever be," Miller replied, "and now we have no choice." Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, in a facility carved into the seafloor, 50 colossal hangars housed humanity's secret insurance policy. Each contained a Titan, a mechanical warrior standing 70 meters tall, powered by experimental fusion reactors and piloted by the most skilled operators Earth could produce. For 15 years, nations had secretly pooled resources to build these machines, preparing for the day Earth might face an existential threat. That day had come. The call went out to the pilots. Tom had been fixing his truck when his secure communicator buzzed. Lisa was teaching her university class. Marco was asleep after a night shift at the hospital. One by one, they and 47 others made their way to designated extraction points. In the underwater base, Commander Jackson briefed the assembled pilots. "You've trained for this moment. The Titans were built to defend Earth against any threat, and now we face the greatest threat in human history." He looked at the determined faces before him. "The hegemony ships are vulnerable when they open their hangar bays. That's your window." Tom inspected his Titan in the cavernous hangar, the massive machine. Thunderstrike gleamed under the lights, its armor etched with lightning bolt designs. Each Titan was unique, reflecting its pilot's personality while housing the most advanced weapon systems ever developed. "Never thought we'd actually use these," said Lisa, approaching in her pilot's suit. Her Titan, Valkyrie, stood nearby, equipped with specialized electronic warfare systems. "Better to have and not need," Tom replied, running his hand along Thunderstrike's foot. "You ready for this?" Lisa's face hardened. "They threatened our world. I'm ready." The plan was audacious, bordering on suicidal. While Earth's leaders pretended to negotiate surrender terms, the Titans would launch from secret bases around the world, using stealth systems to approach the alien fleet. Admiral Voss smiled as the human delegation arrived on his flagship. So predictable, these lesser species, always thinking they could bargain for better terms. "Your world has chosen wisely," he said to the human diplomat. "The tribute requirements are non-negotiable, but we may allow a transition period off." An alarm blared through the ship. Voss whirled toward his tactical officer. Multiple objects approaching. They weren't there a moment ago. On the view screen, enormous humanoid figures rose through Earth's atmosphere, propelled by blue fire. Inside Thunderstrike's cockpit, Tom felt the neural links synchronize with his thoughts. The Titan became an extension of his body, each movement fluid and natural. Around him, 49 other Titans accelerated toward the alien fleet. "Remember your training," Commander Jackson's voice came through the comm. "Hit hard, hit fast." The hegemony ships, designed to intimidate planetary governments with overwhelming firepower, had never faced close-quarters combat with anything their size. Their weapons were meant for bombarding cities, not tracking agile targets. Admiral Voss watched in disbelief as the first Titan reached his support cruiser. The mechanical giant tore through the ship's hull with some kind of energy blade, then disappeared inside. Moments later, the cruiser's reactor detonated. "Impossible," he snarled. "Target those machines with everything we have." But the Titans were already among the fleet. Lisa's Valkyrie broadcast jamming signals that confused the hegemony targeting systems. Marco's Titan, Avalanche, deployed swarms of drones that overwhelmed point defenses. Tom drove Thunderstrike directly toward the flagship, dodging energy beams and missile salvos. A hit to his shoulder sent warnings flashing across his neural display, but the damage was manageable. "This is for Earth," he muttered, activating Thunderstrike's primary weapon. The Mech's chest opened, revealing a focused plasma cannon that burned white-hot. The blast tore through 3 decks of the flagship. Tom followed it in, Thunderstrike's fists crushing alien defense turrets. On the bridge, Admiral Voss watched his mighty fleet falling to these unexpected guardians. 17 ships already destroyed or crippled. His own flagship breached. The humans, he realized too late. We underestimated them. The battle lasted less than an hour. When it ended, the surviving hegemony ships fled into hyperspace, carrying news that would shock the Empire. Earth was not defenseless prey. Earth had Titans. In the aftermath, as the Titans returned to their bases, humanity began to prepare. The hegemony would return with a larger force, but now the galaxy knew, demand tribute from humans, and they would answer with steel giants and defiance. Earth would not bow. Earth would rise.